You know, cashing in on old ideas from the past is all the rage these days. Just ask Steps, the movie Independence Day, or everybody's favourite Bandicoot, Crash. But hey, who can blame them, because according to these reports, they're making a shitloads of money from them.
Late last week, Activision's publishing boss, Eric Hirshberg, finally spoke out on the surprising success of the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. The N. Sane Trilogy was a collection of 3 remakes of the original Crash Bandicoot games for the PlayStation 1. These remakes were lovingly handcrafted by Vicarious Visions, which, to many people's surprise, ended up being a huge success. After 2 months at the top of the UK sales chart and being sold out worldwide for almost half of that time, Crash Bandicoot really has been the gaming hit of the summer. It might not have been a surprise for anyone who remembers the original trilogy from the PlayStation in the 90s, but the news certainly shocked Hirshberg, not Trisha Hirshberg.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, she's more of a burger, she's more of a meat. It's not f***ing perverted! Wow! Speaking in a recent Activision earnings call, Hirshberg said, "We knew that there was a passionate audience out there for Crash, full disclosure myself among them, but we had no idea. It's hard to tell whether that's a vocal minority or whether that's a real mass audience until you put something out there. Crash has surpassed all of our expectations by a pretty wide margin, and a couple of stats that underscore that point were it was the #1 selling console game in June based on units, even though it was only available for 2 days during that month. The N. Sane Trilogy is also the biggest selling single platform game launch of the year, beating Mario Kart Deluxe, Breath of the Wild, and Horizon Zero Dawn. But Crash is actually the second largest launch all year, just behind Ghost Recon Wildlands, which sold so well it managed to boost Ubisoft's quarterly profits by 45%. It certainly was an incredible result for the N. Sane Trilogy, and interestingly, it was the first time in history Crash managed to reach #1 in the UK charts. Hirshberg went on to say, "I think this is just another example of us listening to our communities and our fans and offering them great content where they want to engage, which is one of our core strategies." Hirshberg also reminded everyone how great Modern Warfare Remastered was and called it another great example of a remastered game. Yeah, keep trying, Eric.
So, first of all, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. It's done really, really well.
Who saw that coming? Topped the sales charts for months. It sold really well. It's cashing in on that nostalgia feeling. We've done videos on it in the past, but why do you think the reasons are that it's been selling so well?
I don't know, people like to go back and experience new things. I think with it being a remaster as well, there's a lot of like gamers that are parents now that want their kids to experience the games and stuff. I could certainly see it selling well in the first week or the first month, but it's just still selling. And it's still going. It's not stopping at all. It's like that boulder that chases him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Priced well, wasn't it? What was the price of it?
27 quid in the UK. So
that's another good selling point.
Yeah,
isn't it?
double A price.
Good value for 3 games for like a reasonable price. And you see this more and more recently, where remastered games are doing really well. Like Street Fighter 2 on the Switch, for example, which has sold almost 500,000 copies already. That's a ridiculous number.
Yeah,
and there's so much so that Capcom are looking into other games that they can remaster and sell on the Switch, because it's such a big success for them.
Yeah, it's the same with Skyrim as well. Like, they put out the special edition last October, sold just shy of 1 million copies retail in its first week. So that's why at E3 you saw Skyrim everywhere and everyone was laughing about it, like, who's buying that? Apparently everyone.
Everybody.
Uncharted did a bundle recently. It's becoming quite the trend, and it looks like now if a big publisher like Activision are noticing it, then you know that it's getting popular, because they are cold, hard businessmen at the end of the day, and they only care about one thing, and that is money.
So going back to his comment about Modern Warfare Remastered, it might well be a very good remaster, but when they tacked it onto Infinite Warfare, and then like 7 months down the line they released it as a full price game, yeah. It might have been a really decent remaster, but I'm not going anywhere near that.
With Modern Warfare Remastered, they were very quiet about that. This has done really well, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, this is one of our core philosophies and all that. You didn't even make the game, Activision. You just published it. Vicarious Vision put all the hard work in, and like, there's that quite big discussion on the internet at the moment because Crash's jumps are different, so people are finding it harder. And that is because it's not a remaster. It's been remade from the ground up by these hardworking guys. And then
nice
our boy Eric
taking the credit for it. Like.
He's like, it's always been one of our great ideas, this one. And like Modern Warfare Remastered, our idea, he's one of them.
It's a typical businessman though, isn't it? Typical businessman.
Yeah. Hirshberg inevitably went on to say that the Crash remaster isn't likely to be the last of its kind. We think we have other great IP in our portfolio that we're considering, of course. I think you can be confident that there will be more activity like this in the future with more great IP. Nothing's set in stone just yet, but it's worth noting the Spyro the Dragon franchise is celebrating its 20th anniversary next year in 2018, so if you are going to announce a new one, you know when to do Activision.
You say IP like you literally have just peed.
Yeah, this is a cry for
Why
help.
do you say it like that?
This is why the camera stops here.
On top of that, Vicarious Visions told IGN that it knows there's a huge cry for a Spyro remake and has urged fans to
just keep asking, you know?
It would be stupid of Activision not to work on a Spyro remake because you have the original fans who played the games back in the 90s who are clamouring for that remake. But with the success of Skylanders over the past few years, Spyro already has a considerable fan base among younger gamers as well. So if Activision like money, and remember this is Activision we're talking about here, so of course they do, developing a Spyro remake seems like a no-brainer, right? Right.
I would play the shit out of that, you know.
I wouldn't be interested in
It's like, Crash is good in that, but it's just like platforming.
But it's no Spyro.
And dying. Spyro's got like a fully realised world, like you can go into the world and you can talk to people and shit. It's like more of an actual game to modern standards, whereas Crash is just like jump on a turtle,
don't say
jump
Crash
on a
is
turtle,
just. Don't
die.
say. We're showing our like age, well, where we came from. Like Crash to me is awesome. Spyro is nothing to me.
This means nothing to me.
Spyro is nothing.
Spyro is nothing. Come at me, bro. Spyro versus Crash Bandicoot. What do you guys reckon?
This motherfucker. We've played loads of games this year, and there's been loads of awesome games. We've been talking about how great this year is for games. It's been beaten by a f***ing Bandicoot from 20 years ago.
You're talking Horizon Zero Dawn, you're talking Breath of the Wild, two of the highest rated games of the year so far. Mm-hmm. It's been outsold by Crash Bandicoot. I mean, I've got no problem with that.
At the end of the day, it's values winning over these things. 3 games for that price, I can see why it's done well. The only thing is, how far are Activision going to take it? Because they just love making things for you to spend money on. Whether they care about it or not, as long as they get money out of it, that's all they care. So let's hope if they do like a Spyro remake, they don't change the pricing. It's not going to be £40 this time. It's not going to be full AAA pricing because they've done a great thing here. And I can't help but think it might be a one-off. But am I just being too cynical? So what do you guys think of this current trend of remaking and remastering? Are you happy with it, or do you think that it might lead to less original IP? And that's a bad thing. Let us know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and remember to check out some more of our content on the screen right now. There's also our Patreon just here if you want to support the channel. We'll see you next time.